What is up, YouTube? My name is Enzo, and welcome to another video. Today, I will be doing a little quick review, basically a show and tell, of my beloved acoustic guitar, the Epiphone DR-100NA acoustic guitar, my camera. DR-100 acoustic guitar, which I believe is a great choice for both A, beginners hoping to pick up guitar for the first time, and B, seasoned veterans of guitar probably hoping to pick it up for the first time. And I think for both of those purposes, it's a really good deal. Forgive the accent. A while ago I mentioned this thing's model name, DR-100NA. NA stands for natural, and that's only one of the 4 colors, I believe. One of the 3 to 4 colors. I say 3 to 4 because one of the colors is a limited edition. So if you want that, I guess, limitedness, you're gonna have to look harder for it. But the colors that are readily available at the market right now are this natural finish, which is basically colorless. There's also a black one and a sunburst one, but I cannot describe sunburst, so if I were you, I would just follow the link that I put in the description down below. I got this thing in March 2019 for around 7,000 Philippine pesos, which is, by the way, the sale price, because the SRP was 10,000 Philippine pesos. And if you convert the original price into US dollars, it's $200. But on the Epiphone website, I think it should be 175. That's not a bad deal for a guitar this good. And the reason I'm talking so highly about this is its value. Let's not even talk about what it's made of first. Let's just talk about its general durability and longevity as a guitar for a beginner. As a beginner, you're probably not gonna know what you're doing. You're gonna want to make sure you have something durable that lasts. Especially if it's your first guitar, you want it to last and be with you like your whole life. You know, unless you're just throwing money away, in which case, buy more of these, I guess. Anyway, I feel like this is a good guitar for that, because based on experience, this thing has fallen off me multiple times due to like either a faulty strap or like incorrect, I guess, strap button attachment into these points here, which are the strap buttons. That's where you put the strap on. My incompetence, because I can't hold it right sometimes, it's fallen off me. And at one point, I even tripped in school on this guitar, and there wasn't even a crack. And let me tell you this, I am a heavy person, and this thing did not crack. You have to understand that this thing is hollow, right? It's an acoustic guitar. It's hollow, but I fell on it, and it didn't crack. This thing was safe. If you care about durability, this is the guy. It's made of mahogany for its back and sides. It has a spruce top. This is real wood for its bridge. The bridge pins, which are where you put the strings into, which is how you attach the strings to the bridge. I believe they're made of plastic, but they're stronger than any other plastics I've seen before in other guitars. Those break quicker. These have not broken on me. This is a bone saddle. This is a bone saddle. This is where the strings get their first area of tension. These are the strings. This is a plastic pickguard over here. And it has a very nice E symbol, which stands for Epiphone, but like personally, because my name is Enzo, I like to think it means Enzo, because that makes me feel special. This is the sound hole. Inside, I believe it has X bracing or something like that. Again, specs are in the link I put in the description down below. More details there. It has a very nice rosette at this price point even. It has binding. This black line you see all around the body and the neck, it's called binding. It's usually a fancy feature in like acoustic guitars, so it makes this thing look expensive. Has a gloss finish. It has metal strap buttons, like I mentioned a while ago. Mahogany neck, normal metal frets. I forgot the radius of the fretboard, but know that it's slightly curved, so that it's better to place some things. What else? You have fret markers all across the fretboard, which is, by the way, made of mahogany or okume, which is a species of mahogany. The neck is mahogany. You also have fret markers directly on the binding on the sides. I'm not sure if you can see that. I can't really go closer because I might hit my table. You have I believe it's a bone nut. You have a useless truss rod cover, which we'll get to in a moment. You have chrome tuners over here, which affect the highness or lowness of the strings. By the way, you want to be careful if you're a beginner. Don't play with these too much. You might break a string. Be careful. Strings are expensive. Yeah. And the very cool headstock with the Epiphone logo, classic Epiphone logo. Very cool. Now, as I was saying, this thing here, this plastic part here with being held down by 3 screws is useless. That is a mere aesthetic thing that Epiphone does. Normally, on their electric guitars, because Epiphone makes electric guitars as well, they have this thing that covers up it's called the truss rod cover. If you remove it, you'll find access to a point where you'll find access to a part in the guitar neck that allows you to adjust the straightness of the guitar neck. And that thing inside the neck is called the truss rod. It's a metal rod that lives inside of the guitar neck, making sure that it's straight. In this case, the access is not under here, but rather you see that tiny hole inside of the sound hole? Yeah, there's another tinier spot there. You see that thing? That metal thing here? This guitar comes with Allen wrenches for that adjustment. And the truss rod allows you to keep the neck straight because, as I said, this thing is still wood. Meaning it's still naturally made. You want to make sure, naturally made, no. It's still made of natural materials. And because of that, it can still be affected by natural conditions, like weather and physics, specifically the strings. If you put too much tension, for example, on the strings, and you never adjust the neck for so long, over time it might start bending upwards, and that's not a good thing. And then sometimes also the wood can warp because maybe you got the guitar wet somehow. So, it just keeps the guitar neck straight, and that's important for keeping it playable and comfortable, especially if you're a beginner. So yeah, that's it. It comes with the truss rod, which is, I guess, a premium feature. It's very helpful, especially if you want to keep this thing long lasting. So, let's start playing. I'm going to show you what it sounds like. Yeah, those are beginner chords, hopefully. And then maybe you want to hear some fingerstyle stuff, so... Now, enough with the praise. I've said enough good things about this guitar. However, in my 1 year, almost 2 years of owning this thing, I can't exactly say that the journey has been perfect, okay? This thing has a very glossy body, and as a teenager, as a teenage male, I am sweaty, okay? So what's annoying about this is that the glossy body gets on you when you're playing for a long time, and then grime will get stuck. Not really stuck, but it will start appearing on the body, and that gets annoying to clean after every time you play. Not only that, but the neck is the most annoying part. Like if the body was still glossy, I don't really think I have a hard enough of a problem. But because most of your work is with the left hand, which is what you're making the chord shapes with, it sucks because the neck is also glossy. So as you're playing, your hand might stuck up as you're sliding, and that's annoying. One solution for this, I don't recommend it because you might devalue the guitar, but if you don't care about the value of the guitar, one way to fix this is by sanding the guitar neck. It makes it non-glossy and gives it more of a satin feel. I believe satin is the opposite of gloss. Yeah. What else is missing for a beginner? When you buy this, all you get is the guitar. You don't even come with, it doesn't come with like picks or anything. Doesn't come with a capo, which by the way might be essential to beginners. And it also does not come with a gig bag. It's really just the guitar. And even when you buy the guitar, I'm actually very lucky that I was able to change the strings on this to something much thinner, much lighter. Because when you buy this guitar, like any other acoustic guitar, they come with heavier strings, which might take more effort just to press and make a correct note about. So if I were you, I would probably change the strings to a lighter one, unless you're into the thicker variety. But you know, that will all depend on you when you figure that out. It also does not come with a cutaway, which is something I figured out that I might need later on, because I want to be more versatile in my playing. And when you don't have a cutaway, which is a part of the guitar that is cut away so that you can access higher frets, you have more difficulty in playing the higher frets. So let's say I'm trying to do a solo like... that, see, you know, look how comfortable that is. That is what I mean. Not very essential, because like if you're a beginner, you might just be sticking here and just doing, you know, just doing basic chords. But you know, as time goes on, you might want to do some soloing for some reason on the acoustic guitar. You can't. It's hard to do that on the higher frets. So just remember, once you go past fret 12, 14, once you go past fret 14, it might become difficult to play higher frets. This last one isn't really an issue, but this also does not have electronics. So let's say, for example, you're playing on stage. Your only way of doing that now would be to have a mic on your mouth when you sing and directly in front of the sound hole, instead of like just plugging in the acoustic and then having it come out of an amplifier. You don't have that. This is just purely acoustic. But you know, I guess for the price, you can't really complain. Roughly $200. Solid. I could probably come up with other brands that make similar guitars and similar price points. Some might even sound better. Some might even feel better than this one. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is that even if I'm unhappy with this thing is my first guitar, and for the 1 year, almost 2 that I've owned it, still makes me smile whenever I just play a simple like G chord. You know. So that's just me. Before you buy any guitar, even I just want to make sure that you know what you're getting in. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure you know every single thing about the guitar, and as much as possible, please try it physically. Like if you buy a guitar off like Amazon, eBay, or Lazada or something, if you're in Asia, I wouldn't recommend it, because you don't really get to feel the guitar. You don't really get to show someone. If you're comfortable with it, you just straight up buy it, and that's not always the best thing. But you know, to each their own. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on this guitar, and I hope that maybe I was able to persuade you, I guess, in selecting this little guy over here. So yeah, that's my time. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you end up seeing this guitar in other works on my channel. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Enzo out.